District Governor Mark, immediate past International President Wayne, fellow Lions, friends, aloha.
Aloha. Aloha.
As you know, those of you who know me, I've never written a speech in my life. I always speak from the heart. I always do it impromptu, and I always base it on what's the situation, who am I speaking to? Knowing this day was coming up, there's actually an online bet going on whether Lion Jim is going to actually come out guns blazing or be the kinder, gentler Lion Jim. Actually, I am honored. I'm honored with this position. I don't take it lightly. I want to thank DG Mark and his entire team for putting on a great convention. We've worked together on this for many months, and he's had his ups and downs to get this done, and it's been a monumental effort to be here. But he did it because he had a team working with him. And that's what I have. I have a great team. First of all, you can't do anything without someone by your side. And I thank my wife, Lion Teresa. She is a blessing, and she reminds me of that every day. I also want to thank, obviously, my club, the Kamehameha Lions. And I know, we hear behind the scenes what everybody says about Kamehameha, but we've done it. And all we've tried to do is share that with the rest of the clubs in this district. And that really is part of my mission, because this is a great bunch. I could not have done anything without them. And what angers me more, and many of them, is when we hear, oh, Lion Jim did this, or Lion Jim did that, and that's why Kamehameha is where they are today. No, I was just one part of the puzzle. Just maybe one little spark plug, one little match that got lit that made things happen. But the club is the reason we are where we are today. 150 members, almost 400 Leos, a family of over 500 in our Kamehameha Ohana, serving every day. There is not a week of the year that goes by that the Kamehameha Lions Club is not doing a service project. Every week, sometimes every day of the week. That's phenomenal. But you can't do that without a lot of members and a lot of heart and a lot of dedication. And they have it, they inspire me, and I wouldn't be doing this today, believe me, for the first time in 65-year history of our club, the oldest club in the district that has never had a district governor. And there's a reason for that. Kamehameha has always been the maverick club in the district. And it took the maverick of all mavericks, I guess, to finally become the district governor. But I don't, as honored as I am to accept this position, I don't see it as an honorary position. And I think that's a mistake many of us make when we become district governor. We sometimes get so overwhelmed by the honor of it and all of the honors that come along with it that we forget we're administrators, we're managers, we have a job to do. And those of you who have been part of my team that we've been putting together to go into this year, and especially my two vice district governors, Kelvin and Nadine, this is all about business. And I fully intend to make a lot of changes this year. And I know that's going to be painful for many in this room and many up here on the dais. But I've waited too long. For too many years, I've been hearing, oh, change will come. It takes time. It's Hawaii. Things move slowly here. They can't move any slower. We have to change. And when Jimmy Ross stood before us at the Kauai convention, back when Roy Nishida handed off the gavel to Merv Wee, and that was, what, Merv, 10, 11 years ago?
Not that long.
closer to the Civil War, as I recall. But at that time, they had Jimmy Ross come in, and I believe he was the first VP at the time, to speak as the keynote speaker. And Jimmy Ross, the big Texan with the cowboy hat, talked about the paradigm shift and what was necessary to change our organization. It went right over our heads. And unfortunately, I think it went over the heads of a lot of people throughout the Lions organization worldwide, because we still have a lot of things we should be doing differently. It's a different time, it's a different age. We are speaking to different people if we expect them to become Lions. The success of Kamehameha and our membership growth is because we did decide to change. We did decide to look at a paradigm shift in the way we bring in members and the way our members serve. And we de-emphasized the importance of, oh, you gotta go to meetings, you gotta do this, you gotta wear your vest, can't come to meetings with slippers on, you can't do, no. That might have worked in the 1950s and the 1960s. It doesn't work today, especially when you're bringing in young 18 and 19-year-olds into the club who are far more attached to their iPhones than they're ever going to be to the Lions logo. And we have to admit that. We have to hit them at the core of what they believe in is important in community service, and that is service. That's how a club grows. You gotta get out and serve. And nothing breaks my heart more when I work with clubs that are struggling, and all they're talking about is, how are we going to get more people to our meetings? The hell with your meetings. Get them to a project. Where are your projects? How are you serving? What are you doing to prove you are worthy of the mission when your charter members founded your club? You weren't chartered to hold meetings. You were chartered to serve. And this year, changes are coming, and I want you to be with me. Those of you who are not, that's okay. I'm not a dictator. I can't force you to do anything. But I'll suggest, and I'll hope you'll follow, because if you do, we will have the most spectacular year in the history of the Hawaii Lions, because we can do this. We've waited too long. The changes have to come now. I know, I hear it all the time. People think I don't hear them talking about me behind my back, but I hear, oh God, he's arrogant. Oh God, he's so pushy. Oh God, he's such a howlie. Well, they're wrong. I'm not God. But I do love this organization for one reason, and it's the only reason I joined. It's because we serve. And I don't have a motto this year, much to LCI's chagrin. You should have heard them at the DG school. What do you mean you don't have a motto? What do you mean you don't? No, we don't need a new motto. And no disrespect to Lion Kelvin and Lion Nadine. They have great mottos, and I'm sure we'll live by them. But for me, this year, the only motto we need is we serve. It's the brand we live under. So please, join me, join my club, join your fellow Lions. We will grow, we will get better, we will do what we have to do, as painful as it may be for some of you. But it's going to be fun. We've got an international convention coming to town, if you haven't heard. And we are going to show the world how great Lionism here is in Hawaii. And one of the things that I really want you to do this year is to understand the importance of your club. It's one of the reasons why I am not asking for a district shirt this year. We'll have a convention shirt for the International Convention, but when you come to my cabinet meetings, I want you to be proud of your club. I want to know that Mark Mizuno is from Haleakala. I want to know that Ernie Chang is from Chinatown. I want to know that every Lion brings the pride of his club to the cabinet meeting and to the convention. No one ever joins the Hawaii Lions. If you fill out an application to join the Hawaii Lions, there's no club. It's a collection of clubs. So show pride in your club. That's how you're going to start your membership growth. And as arrogant and as pushy and as whatever you want to describe us as we are at Kamehameha, club comes first. And as district governor, I want each of you to understand your club is as important to me as my club. Not the district, not LCI. Your club is the most important part of Lionism. Don't ever forget it. That's where we start. That's where we end. Your club. I want to end with a little phrase from, I'm a Pennsylvania boy, born and raised near Pittsburgh. And when you're born and raised in Pittsburgh or in the Pennsylvania area, you learn about your founding father of Pennsylvania, William Penn. William Penn was a Quaker from a very wealthy English family, but he couldn't do enough to give his money away and to do service for others. And I've tried to live my life as best I can by a quote from William Penn that I have never forgotten. We only walk this way once. We need to do as much good for as many as we can when we have the opportunity, because we will never walk this way again. Remember that. It's not about the awards. It's not about all the congratulations. It's about what have you done with your life to help others. At the end of the day, when the big guy in the sky comes and shakes your hand and either takes you in one door or sends you down to another, that's all that's going to count. So join me in service. We've got a great year ahead. Mahalo.